Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Bengaluru for the first test match between India and New Zealand. What a shocking day it's been for India as they've been bowled out for just 46 runs against a rampant New Zealand side. And by doing so, India have recorded their lowest ever test match score at home, and it gets worse. Today, India have recorded the lowest team score for any team in Asia, and that includes Bangladesh, Sri Lanka and Pakistan. It wouldn't be an understatement if I say that India have played their worst cricket since they've been dismissed for 36 by Australia a few years ago. And that includes their dismal performances in the WTC final and the ODI World Cup final last year. Rohit Sharma's decision to bat first on a tricky rain-affected pitch backfired spectacularly as New Zealand find enough help from the pitch to roll out India for just 46 runs. And the worst part is that Rohit Sharma knew exactly what he was getting himself into, and the rationale behind the thought to bat first on this tricky pitch was based on the premise that he thought his team was good enough to bat out the first session and then capitalize later in the day, but eventually, as it turned out, India eventually bundled out for just 46 runs. Well, you can't blame Rohit Sharma for his way of thinking because he thought that his team was good enough to do it, but as it very clearly turned out, it's been a day which Indian fans would want to forget. It all began on the wrong foot as day 1 was completely washed away by rain and day 2 began with gloomy skies and a sticky wicket. The conditions practically begged the toss-winning captain to bowl first, but Rohit Sharma had different plans and he wanted to bat. The New Zealand bowlers couldn't have asked for more and they did not complain one bit. They felt right at home and started troubling the Indian batsmen with movement in the air and off the pitch. And within no time, Rohit Sharma was walking back to the pavilion probably thinking that he made the wrong decision. Rohit Sharma was the first casualty of the day as he tried to give Tim Southee the charge by dancing down the wicket only to be bowled by his famous three-quarter ball which jacked back in fairly to peck back the leg stump. Facing just 9 balls in his innings, Kohli was caught at leg slip thanks to a wonderful delivery from William O'Rourke who exploited his height to great effect, and suddenly India were reeling at 10 for 2. His way of dismissal would anger the coach the most because he tried to step out and give charge to the day's best bowler Matt Henry, and unsurprisingly he was brilliantly caught by Devon Conway at mid-off. And in the blink of an eye, India was suddenly 10 for 3. That's when Rishabh Pant joined forces with Yashasvi Jaiswal to put together a stand of 21 runs which got India to 31 for 3. At 31 for 3, rain arrived and gave India a much needed respite from the New Zealand carnage. Yashasvi Jaiswal, the only Indian batter who had somewhat weathered the storm, middled a cut shot only to be caught at backward point. His dismissal signaled the start of India's monumental collapse as KL Rahul nicked one down the leg side just before lunch. And Ravindra Jadeja soon followed suit with a careless flick that produced a leading edge and was dismissed eventually, making it 31 for 5 at lunch. Henry started the afternoon session with fire as he dismissed Ashwin right off the first ball after the lunch break. And Rishabh Pant, who was India's last hope, too fell in quick succession and India was suddenly 39 for 8. And after that, the end was nigh for India as their resistance became almost non-existent. Henry kept finding movement with the ball and that made the lives of India's lower order batsmen very hard. With that being the case, Bumrah and Kuldeep couldn't survive and India was all out for 46, ending the nightmare for the Indian fans and the players. Matt Henry finished the innings with spectacular figures of 5 for 15 and William O'Rourke finished with 4 for 22. Had it not been for the little partnership between Yashasvi Jaiswal and Rishabh Pant, India could have been easily bowled out for less than 30. When New Zealand came out to bat, it seemed like someone had changed the pitch because Indian bowlers could not find any movement and the pitch started to look batting friendly. Devon Conway did not need a second invitation to take full toll of the conditions, and as a result, New Zealand raced away to 67 for no loss in a very quick time. As if batting disastrously and collapsing for just 46 wasn't enough, India had a terrible day on the field as well. And in the meantime, Devon Conway was in fine form as he raced away to 91 of just 104 balls. India finally got some respite when Ravichandran Ashwin got rid of Devon Conway when he was on 91. And yet, by the end of the day, New Zealand had reached to 180 for 3 with a massive lead of 134. New Zealand going to day 3 in a commanding position as they lead India by 134 with 7 wickets remaining. However, the damage has been done and New Zealand will be looking to bat India out of the game tomorrow morning. And as for India, they will need to find miraculous performances from their bowlers if they are to salvage what has been a disastrous test match for them. And it goes without saying that the Indian bowlers must make early inroads tomorrow morning if they are to have any chance of saving this test match. So that's it guys, at the end of day 2, New Zealand are 180 for 3 leading India by 134 and are holding all the aces in this test match. So day 2 belongs to New Zealand as they look to win their first test match in India since 1988. Until next time.